Good morning, good morning, good morning. See what we got going on. We got South Node 10 in Cancer again today. Definitely a lot of emotional energy. Somebody's picking up on some past life energy right now. So let's get some past life. We'll get our runes first. Then we'll get our past life cards. See what's going on here. So the super runes, and there are no runes today. The health card here. Love life. Galactic Starseed card here. Well, yeah, definitely with the health card there and the love life. It's with the Starseed, you definitely came here with a lot of divine purpose. Food and hunger. You've probably been here a very long time. You played this game before. You've been here a bunch of times, right? This is, well, obviously, if we're getting past life cards, we're dealing with a lot of reincarnation that's been going on. It's widely accepted in a lot of the spiritual community that starseeds tend to suffer from weird types of ailments. We'd suffer from a lot of autoimmune disease, anything that can be caused genetically, right? And it's generally accepted that it's from a tampering with the DNA back in the day, right? Added these things to it. I did hear one theory one time about how it was reported during the plague days that they would see like a Grim Reaper character swinging his sheath over, or I know I was scythed over the fields, and the smoke would be coming out, and then a fog would overtake the city, and then everybody would become infected. A lot of people believe there was some sort of printout about a galactic battle back then, right? There was a galactic battle back then, and there was a report of it. There was a pamphlet that went around in the medieval times. I don't know if you can find these videos anymore. So much stuff has been taken off YouTube lately. It's crazy. But it was a pamphlet, and it showed that, like, they didn't know how to paint it or how to represent it. So it was just people on the ground looking up at the sky, and they put all these, like, it was like dots connected by string. Like, all they could see was maybe the lights on whatever it was that was fighting around. They said it was just clear that there was two sides, and one side was winning. And shortly after that, the plague ended. And it's a lot of belief that it was some sort of interference at the time to wipe out a specific genetic code that had been entered into the population, right? Because in those days, you either got the disease and survived, right? Kind of like with what just happened over the last few years. Some of the earliest reports of people surviving from it that were the elderly were people that were old enough to survive the 1919 epidemic. That's why people that were over 100 somehow survived, but people that were in their 80s and 90s weren't. It's because they had already been exposed to this, I believe it was the Spanish influenza then, and survived, right? I don't know what this is important to your reading, but apparently this is what the health issues and stuff that were going around. A lot of this caused food and hunger, right? Because so many people died, like a third of the population died. So it caused a lot of famine, hunger. When you lose that much of the workforce, it does have a major effect on the supply chains, right? I got persecution and inquisition here, Egypt, and woman and medicine man. Someone could have been persecuted for practicing medicine, and medicine that they could have learned, right? This person was a natural healer in a past life. Asia, yeah, this person had a lot of influence. I was just picking up like Alexandria, like the Library of Alexandria, this during the time of like a lot of knowledge. It doesn't necessarily have to be Alexandria. I mean, like with the Galactic card, it could be at any point in human history, which we really don't know much about when you really think about it. At High Priest or High Priestess, definitely someone who carries a lot of gifts with them. Definitely picking up a feminine though, because it's coming down to like persecution. Here we go. Alright, so what was going on during those times also? The burning times. People thought the diseases were caused by witches, right? Witches seemed magical. How come they weren't dying, right? Because they were healers. What? They were using knowledge, outside knowledge from the accepted sphere, right? There's a lot of biblical rules going on here. Alright, let's get into this story. Let's see what's going on here. Definitely a divine feminine energy that I'm picking up here. You got Queen of Pentacles on the top, Queen of Swords on the bottom. This lifetime here was a major rite of passage. It might have very well been your first lifetime actually here, right? And it was just man, I'm sorry. It's just I know I keep stalling out on y'all. It feels like that. It's just, it's a lot of energy. I don't know if you can even see it, but I feel like I've gotten flushed. Because we got the Joker card here. It was definitely somebody that was from your past in this life, someone you would have grown up with, right? You got the Queen of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles. I get there is some sort of vows to each other that you had made here. But something ran out of time. Get the energy of this I don't know. I'm getting the social stature was the problem. They were working, waiting for some sort of boat to come in, but it was taking too long. This is what ended up getting her in trouble. I don't know where the hell this person went off to. They went off to try to work on making some fortune, right? I get the energy of wanting to be worthy, wanting to be able to, whatever it was they couldn't, yeah, there was a distance. There's the distance in the connection, right? She hung around. King of Swords, right? She understood the plan, right? She kept her promise to whatever this plan was. But there was what ended up turning out deadly was how much time this was taking. It was taking too much time. She was left there alone too long, right? I get the energy that she could have been very attractive, especially with her gifts for healing. She would have been more well known, right? And in those times, like, that's all it really took. Like, you didn't meet anybody unless you went to these festivals and fairs and things like that that were going on in the bigger areas. But in general, only people who were able to move around or were useful to move around, someone like a doctor when people are getting sick. Yeah, I got the Queen of Cups here. Yeah, so this is the energy. So the Queen of Cups here, she kept turning her back to people, right? But she was in a manifesting energy. So she was, and even look. What does that nose remind you of? A witch doctor nose. That might have been how she was able to practice medicine. She might have been pretending to be a man, and wearing a witch doctor mask would have allowed her to get away with that. But yeah, the wolves are circling her, though. The wolves were circling. Sipping out of every cup is how you get sick. Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Six of Wands. So there was some celebration and a victory here for something. A little bit more on that. Ace of Cups. She thought she had figured it out, right? Right, this is gonna solve all their problems, right? Ten of Cups. This is going to speed up the timeline. See how he's in the timeline there where he was in the beginning? So she felt like this was going to speed up the timeline, right? Look how that Four of Pentacles, she was building the foundation, right? That mask again. I was going to say what happened, though. Got the Seven of Pentacles. I get someone was becoming paranoid for sure. They were being watched. They were alone, and they felt like this energy was circling them. I've got this Six of Wands, but the Fallen from Heaven energy. Yeah, I got whatever they were doing. Even if this masculine was, I get that he was traveling at one point and there was distance. I'm not sure if I'm picking up so much of the distance at this point. She might have been using his name. I'm not picking that up though. I got this Queen of Swords, right? And then I got the Jack of Cups here, right? I'm definitely picking up the energy that when she wasn't in like that doctor mode, that this was probably a very attractive woman. People noticed her. She probably, because she was single and, you know what I'm saying, she might have been promising to somebody else. I don't think that's what she told people. I think the energy that she gave off, instead of saying that, you know, because this person was trying to go and establish themselves and everything else, so like she would probably be ridiculed for saying that that's what she wanted. So there's this energy of the Queen of Swords sitting there playing the fiddle. And I get kind of playing people like fiddles type of energy, right? And you got this masculine hand helping little fairy there. So she might have garnered sympathy from the surrounding community to help her, right? Like the people who still went to regular her for things like that, you know, for whatever it is she was into, healing and whatnot. I get there was male suitors that were always offering stuff like that, but it gets to a point where when men aren't reciprocated, when they've been giving you gifts for a minute, right, then you must be some sort of witch. You must be, you know what I'm saying? They start out thinking that they're going to save you, and then when you don't allow them to save you after a while, then you must be a witch. Those are the wolves that are circling here. Yep, someone heartless, right? Someone who wants the Queen of Swords. Yeah. He didn't like something she had to say to him. She might have had to snap at him at some point. Yeah, this person wanted to marry her. Like how that Four of Wands is reversed, but there's that energy there with that death do us part. It's like this person wanted them to come together, and that just wasn't going to happen. She wasn't not taking offers. Why wasn't she taking offers? I get that her masculine was still trying to get back to her, right? Like I said, they were having victory. They just running out of time. Just running out of time. That's all I keep getting. Five of Cups, Six of Cups, Three of Swords. Yeah, it was somebody else from her past as well. Ten of Swords. You know who I am getting? Oh, it's so cheesy. Okay, for my Disney reference for this one, Frollo and Hunchback of Notre Dame. Frollo and Hunchback of Notre Dame, right? This person, she must be like a temptress. That's how she's doing what she's doing, right? And it's really because she's doing this secret work that nobody's known, right? She's doing this healing work, and she's walking around pretending to be a witch doctor, but she has to go by a masculine name and everything, and she can't say that's where she's getting the money from, right? Someone figures her out. Someone figures her out, and they use it, a sword for a tongue. They use it for their own gain. They use it, I get to gain leverage, right? Like that 13 on that skull, but that sword for a tongue, right? She tries to make a break for it. She doesn't make it. And we're going to end it there. I have enough flashes of my own deaths from past lives. I don't need flashes from other people's. But I know. And just going to say, it sucked in the past. I try to warn people that before you get a past life reading, especially from me, because I'm going to get into the gory details. Like, if you lived on a pig's farm, I'm going to tell you how bad it stinks and how horrible it was. Like, I'm not going to be shy. Like, I can't help you. If I see things, I will tell you what I see, right? You know, it's whatever, it's different every time, especially when I'm reading face to face with people. It comes out very different. But anyway, that's enough of that. Let's put all this up. I'm going to get a Moon Oracle just to close out the deck. It's a message for today. Oh, what? So I do a tarot reading on how this is affecting your life now. I'm so good at this, right? I think I would be better. To find more small cards. Definitely got a lot of feminine energies going on here, right? We got someone who's pretty defensive over their virtue. Picking that up. Got the 9 down here, right? Yeah, but the 10 of Cups, right? That's like, because this person's defensive over what they want because this is what they want. You know what I'm saying? They want the 10 of Cups. It's like, what? That's the victory for them, right? This person has dealt with a lot of past disappointments, right? They've dealt with a lot of cruelty. Through this, they've still remained this hopeless romantic for some reason, right? This person is determined that eventually they're going to find this connection. They've got a lot of persistence for it. I saw 2202 when I said that too, right? Right? They're like, what? They just know it. This feminine is in a running energy right now. She is in a running energy. She's like, oh, I'm out of here. What, y'all could shoot your energy from a distance. I return it to you. I return it to you with forgiveness and love and light, right? Because I'm just not like that. Like, it's, and this is what I'm getting with the running, right? Got that runner energy. She's stubborn and she's on the run. This might have been the opposite. Yeah. Oh, that's so cute. So this probably was the opposite. She might have been the chaser for a while, which for some weird reason, this is how it works in society. But she was the chaser for a while, and then for whatever reason, she got sick of it in this lifetime, right? She's tired of disappointment. She got tired of being let down. She got tired of being cruelty. And y'all know my favorite part of the cruelty card. I wouldn't say my favorite part, but my most important part of the definition is just this. A lot of people think someone has to speak to be cruel, and it's like, no. Some of the cruelest things you can do is show indifference towards somebody's suffering. That is in the definition of cruelty. Alright? So, she took off. She's running. And she's got that pulling energy of that Prince of Pentacles with her, right? Who's chasing? Who's he chasing? This person wants to start something, right? They want to start something. I get that they want to plant a seed. I get that they want to build. They want to build with you. All right. Well, two really wanted to come out. Sky God and Moon Blues. I'm going to go with Sky God first. I need to get a little holder for right here, so I can stick a card up and read it. Alright, Sky God, 26. Empowerment, kindness, and fun. The Divine Masculine offers you the strength, protection, and resilience. Now might be the time of difficulty, but know that you have the inner fortitude to rise to this challenge. The Sky God fills you with the sense of empowerment, determination. He is known in the fable as the man in the moon for his light, for it is his light that the moon reflects. He asks you to reflect on the direction of your own light and where you cast your energy, and are you giving too much to others and keeping none for yourself? Allow your kindness to shine, but be careful not to give too much, or you could find yourself experiencing compassion fatigue. Be kind, be happy, be joyful with others, but remember to be kind to yourself most of all. You cannot help others if your own reservoirs are depleted. The energy of the sky is dynamic and playful, and this card indicates a time of fun, frolic, and is at hand, and is much needed. Someone needs to go frolic under the moon. Alright, Moon Blues. Keywords are anxiety and self-absorption. This is why you need to go and dance and play out under the moon. The Moon Blues card represents the low mood, feelings of anxiety, and worthlessness. We all experience low moods from time to time, and it is perfectly natural to have these days that you do not feel great. You cannot be on top from every day, but you cannot be on top form every day. That would be exhausting. Take heart though, because this card indicates a low mood is a passing phase and a natural ebb of energy rather than a deep depression. You might find yourself worrying about the little things or falling into a negative spiral of anxiety. This card asks you to take steps to lift yourself out of these moon blues by doing things that bring you joy and which bring joy to others. Helping someone else is often the best way to avoid becoming too self-absorbed, because there is always someone who is having a worse time than you are. Practice, Looney Luna calling. Practice daily gratitude exercise and do something for charity. If the Moon Blues card keeps coming up in your readings or is constantly coming out as your personal card, it could indicate that your low mood is lasting longer than necessary and you should seek medical help to overcome it. The whole card is telling you to worry less, for this too shall pass. I'm a big proponent of that, right? If you really feel that depressed, I'm totally for you. You need to go ask for help. It's really not as bad as your imagination can make it out to be. Like, for real, I don't mind telling people that. Like, I've been hospitalized for depression, or, more than once. Like, y'all know that I have the sleeping issues and shit like that. So, yeah, it's not the nightmare everybody makes that shit out to be. I mean, I'm sure there probably are worse places than others. Like, I was lucky I was in, like, beautiful South Carolina, but it's not all that. But from the Sky God card first here, it says try going out, try having some fun, whatever situation you're in. I get very much the energy of kind of release this timeline that you're holding on to right now, this past life energy, whatever we were just picking up if you're in separation. Go out and have fun. And if you can't let go of this connection while you're thinking of that, think about how that positive energy, whatever it is that you go out and you have fun doing, while you're in a positive energy state, you can send that positive energy to anybody you want. And just think. All you have to do is think is, I hope so-and-so is having as much fun as I am today. And that's it. It's really that simple. That's as easy as it comes for sending energy, right? I'm going to leave it at that today and give this crazy chick a call back. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I love y'all, and I'll be back as soon as I can.